All right, we are live. Officially, I believe, a little bit earlier than scheduled. Let me just get the overlay up, the new overlay. Welcome back. It's been a long time. A very long time. Let me just get the... I think everything's sorted. I think we're ready to go. And it is... Well, it's come up on us much quicker than expected. We are already back for the new NBA season. Not really, it's the preseason, but you know what I mean. Obviously, a lot of storylines are ready to go, ready to pan out. Ben Simmons is the big one. Can he replicate his form from the earlier couple of seasons at Philadelphia? We've got a new layout as well. I've been experimenting with some shit. This is what the screen looks like for your pre-game. If you can see to the right-hand side, we've got the starting five for the Lakers, which involves former net Taurean Prince alongside LeBron and AD and D'Lo and Austin Reeves. So two former nets, and then Anthony Davis, LeBron, and the 26-year-old from wherever, because I don't know where he's from. And then if we remove that and look at the Nets starting five, Ben Simmons is starting. All the starters are as expected, except Cam Thomas gets the gig over potentially it was going to be Lonnie Walker or Darius Baisley, but Cam Thomas will get the gig. So I'm very excited for that. And I'm excited because I've seen Ben Simmons making three-pointers in the pregame. So that is pretty, well, if there's a reason for optimism, that's probably it. We've got some quotes down there running if you want to read those. And yeah, I'm assuming the people in chat right now are people that were here last year. So welcome back, those who are in the chat at the moment. We've got a bit of time before the game starts. Just trying to see. The game hasn't started yet, so I'm not really that surprised if only a few people are in chat. It's okay. This is what the main screen looks like. I don't know why the clock has already started going. It's getting a little bit ahead of itself. I think it's just a little bit excited, I think. They want to see some Ben Simmons basketball, I think. Why is it doing that? Why is there a 0-12? That's a bit weird. So that's what that screen looks like. We've got the top scorer, top passer, and top rebounder for the season. We'll put that down there. And then the box score, well, you can see what that'll look like here. And then we'll have like a little player spotlight. If there is a player that you want me to put in that little spotlight section, where I'll put their stat line as the game wears on, make sure to do that. But yeah, this is really exciting. It's a new era with this Nets team. A lot of new players. We've got Lonnie, Darius Baisley, Trendon Watford, Dennis Smith Jr. Ben Simmons is practically a new signing. Cam Thomas is hopefully going to be getting a little bit more run this season. Claxton, I'm hoping there's a jump from him. Cam Johnson he's got to live up to his contract. It was a pretty good contract agreement in hindsight, but still getting paid a lot of money. So we need him to warrant, what he's getting paid. Thomas, welcome. Yep, I can second your emotions. I'm feeling the exact same way. I'm very excited for this season because a lot of uncertainty around the side, because a lot of players with chips on their shoulders. With Mikal Bridges, it's a matter of whether or not he can replicate the very strong back end of the season he had. Claxton has a chip on his shoulder. I mean, he was playing well regardless, but you know, he's got something to prove, as he really just evaporated from the Defensive Player of the Year race, which was pretty unwarranted. He deserved to play or to get selection because, well, he was playing that well. And he probably was playing better in the back half of the season than he was in the start, when there was a little bit more stress on the defensive side of things. That's going to be our team this year. It's going to be defensive. It's going to be athletic. We've got players to fit that mold. You know, we've got Dennis Smith, who has got hops and is defensively minded. We've also got Lonnie Walker, who's athletically gifted. A lot of players with wingspan, heavy wingspans. I think there's a lot of players that have got like a 6'6" wingspan or higher. I don't know what the stat is. I may actually have to have a look for it. But it is a stupid stat with regards to the wingspan for the players on this roster. Where is it? I definitely had it bookmarked. I think I'm not going to find it, am I? It's a little bit disappointing. Has to be here. Has to be here. And if it's not here, well, I guess we have to live with that then, don't we? Here we go. Brooklyn's roster has an average height of 6'6" and an average wingspan of 6'9". That is pretty ridiculous, to be quite honest. I wouldn't imagine there's too many that have a larger wingspan. Yeah, simply put, because no one's got Mr. Fantastic Mikal Bridges on their roster. So, I think some things to note in this game, things I'm looking out for. Jacques Vaughn has alluded to drop coverage being played. Last year, we switched everything, and it severely outdid us on the glass. And defensively, we were traffic cones at times, and it was a little bit, well, demoralizing watching the team give up so many baskets with so many good players on their team that are defensively minded. I think this year, Jacques Vaughn has flagged that there is, well, absolutely no reason to play that sort of scheme. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how that works. I'm excited to see Ben Simmons just generally. I mean, put your thoughts in the chat as to what you think Ben Simmons is capable of this year, because it's a very open-ended sort of question. There's many different possibilities that could arise from Ben Simmons this season. He could have an absolute stinker and all this hype has been like fabricated and it's not real. But then we also could see Ben have, you know, a rookie-esque season, at least by his standards, because his rookie season was, in fact, his best season, I would assume. From there, it's only really gone downhill. I'm expecting at least 14 a game. I think that's a reasonable goal to set. I said in my predictions 10. 10 points a game, 7 or 8 boards, 7 dimes. I think he could push those numbers. The reason I probably go unders and say 10 points is because, well, I think he could have a few 20-point games, as I alluded to in my season predictions. But that being said, I think there's going to be a fair bit of inconsistency. There could be games where he doesn't even score. There could be games where he scores 2 points. And it's more the stuff he does on the defensive side of the ball which really gets us, you know, gets us going. I still, like, there's potential for games where he has 30 minutes under his belt, but he only scores 2 or 3 points. That's just in my view. Obviously, it's an opinion. So you are more than entitled to your own as well. So I think 14 points is a pretty reasonable prediction. I'd be pretty happy with that, I would say. Gabriel, welcome to the stream, mate. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. Well, not see you. see your chat message. What time does the game start? It starts, well, the last year I arrived at 12 o'clock, or like when it said the game would start, which was, I reckon, 10:30 in that game. And for some bullshit reason, it had already started. So they didn't do like the pre-game. Okay, so I think we're okay. I don't know why my net's stream was lagging. So let me know also what you think about the graphics we got going here now that we have a few more people in chat. It's looking a little bit more fancy this year. A little bit more professional. That's what I like. Another player that I haven't mentioned thus far in this stream is Jalen Wilson, who had a really good Summer League campaign. A two-way contract, obviously. He's a rebounding kind of wing, but he obviously is a capable scorer. He shot a lot of the ball for Kansas, I believe. So he could be another great piece, like a really under-the-radar type performer that gets minutes if, he starts well. Training camp and preseason are, well, huge gauges as to the kind of minutes we're going to see from players this season, how far up the pecking order they are, or whether they're out of favor. Cam Thomas getting a start is incredibly positive signs, purely because Jacques Vaughan has made Cam earn his time. And, to get the start when there were a lot of other candidates is a bold move, but I think you can do that. You can play Cam as the 3 when you've got Ben Simmons as the point. You're a much taller team if you've got Ben in the starting lineup as a point guard. So, yeah. Rudy, it's good to see you as well. Nice to see you. Welcome back. Let me know what your predictions are for today, or a better question, what you're expecting today. What do you want to see? What do you want to see today that will give you a bit more optimism? It's only a preseason game. There's not much to really discuss. But that being said, it gives you that false hope. NBA preseason is doing its job if it's giving you false hope. So, I would like to see Ben just being assertive. I think one of the only things we can, get a vibe on is if Ben is aggressive today, that means his confidence is back. It's really that simple, It's not one of those things where if a player is shooting lights out, you're like, this will happen in the regular season, because usually shooting is a very, it goes like on a very on and off kind of basis. With Ben, if his mentality looks visibly different to last season, where he's actually like taking it all the way to the cup, embracing the contact, really being assertive and not hesitant and showing conviction in his play, then that is a sign that his mentality, it's actually whole again, So I think that's one of the only things we can probably take away, but we also will get to see like the kind of things that Jacques Vaughan is experimenting with, rolling out, the defensive kind of, element to our game. How good is that? Is there cohesion on that front? Even before we've played a game, has there been a lot of work done at training camp in preseason to, refine that area of our game? So I think those are a couple things that I'm probably looking forward to seeing. If we talk about the opposition have also made quite a few changes, a fair bit of roster turnover from them. Lonnie Walker, obviously playing against his former team from last year, Malik Beasley. He has gone to Milwaukee. Dennis Schroeder has gone to Toronto. And then they've gotten in Chris Wood from Dallas, Gabe Vincent from Miami, Jackson Hayes from the Pels, Reddish from, I think it was, no. It was initially the Hawks, then it was the Knicks, then he went to Portland, and then Jalen Hood-Schifino is their draft pick. So, I would imagine they give him a little bit of run as well. So, where I would assume nearly ready to tip things off, but yeah, because I think the warm-up is coming off for LeBron. Potty, mate. Hi, mate. Good to see Cam Thomas in early. Nets need to sort him out early. What do they do, or what they do with him? 100%. I think it's a great sign. Is Simmons really back? Yep, that's my big question. I'm expecting Cam Thomas to show up more with those 40-point games. It depends how much usage he gets. Because usually when you've got like a Mikal Bridges, you want him to have a lot more usage. Cam Thomas usually only gets the start when our team is depleted. Like when we had KD and Kyrie, he was never getting a start. So it's going to be interesting to see how he meshes with the starting unit. Pop Sosa, nice to see you as well. Clax all defensive team, Bridges all NBA and most improved, Simmons all defensive team and most improved. I think those are reasonable expectations to set. It is like they're probably candidates for awards if we're being honest. There is opportunity there. Why am I so far behind with the stream? That's really weird. I was like a minute behind. So we're going to be, well, witnessing the start of the game very shortly. So I'm going to pop my headset on. Okay. Let me get the headset. The headset's on. We're ready to go. It was really weird because I had the stream up just to check the audio. So when I plugged it in, it was a bit confusing because I could hear myself. Alrighty. Let me just get the volume down. I don't know why it's a bit laggy. Alrighty. Here we go. We're underway in just a couple moments. The starting five for the Nets is there, and the starting five for the Lakers is there. And then you can see the injuries for us, Cam Johnson and Derek Whitehead. Yeah, but here we go. This is the first game of the new year. Not officially, but like it's not going to count for anything. Alrighty. Let's hope it doesn't lag because it has been playing up just a little bit today. I'll probably have the stream up on my phone or something just to make sure everything's going smoothly. Jacques Vaughn is the coach. Alrighty. Here we go, ladies and gents. Here we go. Get G'd up. And I'm just really eager to see what this team can bring. Alrighty. So if you are enjoying the coverage thus far, I mean the game hasn't really started yet. Make sure to drop a like on it as well and get it shared around so we can get as many people in the chat as possible. We will have a watch party next week for the Sixers game this time next week. The Nets also have a new coaching staff. It's more emphasized on development. A number of players fit that mold. So I think we could see huge strides being made by the guys that are perhaps, well, more accustomed to less significant roles in their careers. So here we go. Let me just get the stream up so I can just read the chat. Okay. Alrighty. Is LeBron playing? LeBron is playing. Cam Thomas, I don't think he's fit for a leadership role just yet, but I do think he will lead the offense, if that's what you're saying. Alrighty. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Season 2023-24. Gee, that's a bit of a mouthful. Ready to get underway. Oh, that's going to make a bit of noise. All right, here we go. From Vegas. And we are underway in the new year. And gee, the shot clock looks weird. Cam Thomas starts with it. Off to Dinwiddie. And now Ben. The pass to Cam. On the wing. High screen Clax. Good move. Mid-range is short. Rebound AD. And LeBron is now picked up by Clax. LeBron backs him down. Kick out. Back to LeBron. The turnaround J is off. That is short. And now Bridges. To Cam on the wing again. Picked up by Prince. Clax looking for a pass. And now Ben. Well, he didn't shoot it. Mikal, he's got 7 to shoot. The drive. Davis with the denial. And now Reeves in transition. The pull-up 3. He got it. And a good start for the Lakers. Defense leads to offense. Bit of a questionable haircut by Reeves. He's probably got to go to the barber. So, Ben into the paint. Off the window for 2. There we go. Ben's on the board. And that was, well, he definitely wasn't doing that last year, I can tell you right now. And it's only a layup, but it's a layup. He was missing those for fun last season. LeBron, deflected out of play by, I believe, Cam Thomas, who got into the passing lane. In terms of certain games, I think he could definitely lead the team in scoring. He could. Jake, welcome to the stream, mate. Prince for 3. That is good on the catch. And they've knocked down 2 3-pointers to commence proceedings. Dinwiddie on the catch from the corner. That is a little bit right. And now the Lakers back the other way. AD top of the key over Clax. That is short. And I don't think he's a very good 3-point shooter historically, at least in recent times. Cam high screen. Bounce pass. Ben. Nice assertiveness on the cut down the middle. He was fouled on the way up. So I believe there will be 2 shots for Ben. So he's already started with a shot. And he's already... well, he's already scored from his 1 shot. And he's now at the free throw line. 2 minutes into the game. So Ben at the line. He made 10 in a row. But he missed the first in a game. He made 10 in a row in training camp. Or from 1 video. So Ben, come on, mate. Get the free throw. He got it. So first 3 points for the Nets today are at the hands of Ben Simmons. Reeves, Dinwiddie goes under the screen. And that 3 is short. The rebound by Ben. And the other way is calling for Spence to go away. Simmons picked up by Russell. Clax. There's a foul on LeBron who tried to plow through Clax, who was setting the screen for Cam. So offensively, a little bit, it looks like they're working things out on that front. But defensively, you can see the drop coverage already being applied. There hasn't been really any form of switching. Ben, back turn to the basket, pass to Spence, and now Cam on the drive, baseline. Oh, God. Dinwiddie, deep 3. Oh, we got it. Fading away to the left or the right. I should know my lefts and rights by now. 6 apiece. Russell down the middle. Shoots over Bridges, and there's the length coming into play. The high arcing shot was well short, and now Ben looking for a handoff To the corner for Cam on the catch. He got it. So, good start by, well, they've worked it out in the last couple of possessions. Defensively, we're doing okay. Reeves, LeBron cuts to the basket, and Cam smartly fouls before the shot. So the Lakers will get it on the side with 8:44 to play in the first quarter. 9-6. 2 3-pointers for the Nets, and then Ben Simmons makes up the other 3. Russell, that was a nice little rainbow jumper by him. And we've got a timeout for the Nets. Let's get the clock readjusted. That is the first timeout of the game, and with that means we also go to the box score to see what's happening over there. Let me just suss that out. Get it sorted. Okay. So you can see what the box score is looking like after about 3.5 minutes. You know what? For the player spotlight, I'm going to put Ben. Let me just change it to Ben. Ben Simmons. Okay. So thus far he got 3 points. He's got 1 assist, 1 rebound. And he doesn't quite have 10 blocks or steals yet. So yeah, that's what our box scores are looking like thus far. You can see the shooting splits are pretty good. Thus far, the assist numbers are a bit weird. And then you can see the Lakers, they've made all their shots from beyond the arc. So there you go. Not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. The defense looks all right. The offense, you can tell they're working it out. But that aside, I think it's been a pretty decent start. Let me know what you're thinking in the chat thus far. Not too bad at the moment though. Ben looks okay. He's still looking a bit hesitant, but we haven't really gotten any fast break kind of opportunities for Ben to go to work. It's been a lot of half court offense. So that's, yeah, I think in the half court, Ben's going to be a little bit more passive, but I do think at the same token, yeah, in transition, he will be exactly what we're looking for. If you are enjoying, by the way, make sure to drop a like on it as well. We will be back for next week's game against Philly. I believe there's another game in between against a team from the Middle East. So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure when that is. I think it's Thursday or in a couple of days' time. 2-3 days. All right. We won't be doing that game, by the way. We will be doing the other game, which, as you can see, next game, Philly, next week. That's Tuesday in Australia. So it's Monday if you're in America. So 9 apiece. Dayron is not in the game. Why did I think Cam Thomas was Dayron? That's a terrible comparison. Clax. Not much movement, and the Lakers just picked that one off. It's pretty predictable stuff. LeBron down the middle. Well done by Clax, who stayed with LeBron. He will pick up the foul, though, as LeBron will head to the free throw line. Anytime LeBron heads downhill, it's always going to be difficult to contain him. So it will be free throws coming up for LeBron. Taurean Prince actually got the follow, but those points won't count. So the 2 free throws for LeBron. The first, nice little soft bounce. Why did I press play there? So 10-9. The second free throw is good as well. So Lakers retake the lead. And the Nets now have it through Simmons, who leaves it for Mikal, who hasn't really got too many touches in this game. Lakers not looking too bad on defense. making things pretty difficult. And another turnover. Oh, the no-look by D'Lo to the corner. Reeves with the ball fake is wide open, and he misses the three. Well left. So we get let off the hook, and now Ben the other way. He's going to drive down the middle. Kick out to Mikal. Gets by Reeves. Cam. Oh, God. This is a little bit weird. Ben. Oh! And one Ben! Off the window, falling away to the right. I don't know how he's got that angle. Well done, Ben. I don't know how he scored off that angle, but he's got 2 buckets. And he's actually leading our team in scoring thus far with 5. He could make it 6 here if he makes this free throw, and he's short on that one. So he's 1 of 3 from the line. So, Ben, good start, man. Good start. D'Lo, 3 as Dinwiddie went under the screen, and D'Lo's got the ball on a string. So it seems. So they've scored the vast majority of their points from beyond the arc. Cam Thomas was fouled by LeBron, who hit him on the arm. As, like, the Lakers are doing a really good job of peeling off and becoming the help defender. Even if, you know, they're 1 pass away. Doing a really good job of, you know, finding the right time to commit. And that's really causing a few issues for us, you know, trying to navigate things on the offensive side of the ball. But getting to the free throw line a fair bunch, and Cam Thomas at the free throw line makes the first one. So Cam gonna shoot the second. The second is good. So we are back. Well, nearly all square. 14-13. D'Lo. We're doing a bit of switching with the guards. D'Lo, same spot. And the same result. I think Dinwiddie's probably got to do a bit of a better job trying to, you know, fight through the screen a little bit. Clax, body bump. Got it, +1. Again, another score off the window. Another score off the window. This time AD with the foul. And Clax will go to the free throw line. So D'Lo's been really good for the Lakers. He's hit 3 3-pointers. And 2 of those have been from top of the key. He's finding some real joy scoring the ball from that area. Clax at the line to convert the and 1. That is good. And it's a very offensively minded game, this one. Already, both teams have exceeded 15. We're not even halfway through the quarter yet. AD scores for 2 on the nice little pick and roll with D'Lo, who gets the dime. Cam Thomas. Clax to the wing for Bridges. Screen Clax. Bridges misses. AD gets it ahead. D'Lo got through everyone. Saw the defense was napping. And it was an equally good identification by AD who got it there. And now Cam Thomas. The drive. The pull-up for 2. That is open. They sagged off for a moment. Probably sensing there was a drive on offer. And Cam Thomas was the beneficiary. So Reeves into the paint. Pass to AD. That was a little bit wayward. And that is going to be a turnover at the 5:59 mark. 21-18 the scoreline, as we've mentioned. The offense is fluent for both teams. The Lakers are scoring better in open play. The Nets are getting to the free throw line quite well. We are going to see some changes, though. Dorian Finney-Smith is in the game for the Nets, who was actually in the starting unit last year. So he was, well, he wasn't the Cam Johnson replacement, apparently. So it looks like Doe is the only change. Excuse me. Bridges the pull-up 2. That is good. We have Dayron in the game as well for the Lakers. Jackson Hayes is in the game. D'Lo again, my goodness. The guy can't miss. The guy cannot miss. really carrying their offense at the moment. Bridges, the pull-up two again. Swear he was fouled. Well done by Dayron on the glass. How on earth is that their ball? Clearly a last touch by Jackson Hayes. I could see it from a mile away. It looks like it's going to stay. They're going to reverse the decision. So 24-20. Dayron gets it from the inbounds. Dorian Finney-Smith. Now out to Cam Thomas. One-on-one with Gabe Vincent. The step back three is short, and it's really one of those kinds of things with Cam. You don't know if he's going to score or miss. It could go really well or really badly. Hachimura is just wide open top of the key, and he scores. Lot of depth in this Lakers team. They've really improved in that regard. Bridges lost it momentarily. The turnaround was good. Well done, Mikal, to retain that ball. Man, we've got to stop D'Lo. The kick out to Hayes, who cannot shoot threes. Hachimura. Dayron got hit off the ball. It really didn't matter for the Lakers, though. Hachimura scores in the mid-range. They cannot miss. This is like the same levels as Phoenix when they scored 46 against the what was it? 46 against the Pistons yesterday. Dayron's a little bit sore. And he's going down to the locker room. That is exactly what we wanted to see. Every year I buy stock for Dayron. And every year something bad happens. Or just the misfortune happens. I believe I'd have to go back and see the replay on that, actually. We will see what happened after the break. But this is what we're looking at the moment. You can see that Ben's been pretty good. Well, you can't see it because it's off screen. Shit. There we go. We've got everyone on the scoreboard, which is a positive sign. Ben now has the 5 points, which I need to adjust in the little player spotlight I've got going here. Mikal shooting 2 of 5. He's got 4. Cam Thomas is leading the way for the Nets with 7. And we're not shooting the ball abysmally. Actually, we're shooting it very well. And we've gotten to the free throw line. The problem is the Lakers have been running through us, and D'Lo's leading the way. Well, he hasn't missed a 3. He's got 14 points already, and they've got 29 in total. They've had only the 1 extra shot. They've hit 7 threes, though. That is the issue. And there probably needs to be a little bit more work done to fight over those screens. We're going under the screen every single time. And I remember this being an issue with, like, other teams in the past. Like, we've had the same kind of scheme. And it's all good and well if you're going to actually, like, fight over the screen. You know? Why can't I go up? I can only... That's weird. Oh, well. Screw it. We'll worry about that later. Dayron's done for the night, I would assume. That is not what you like to see at all. I mean, that's really disappointing because I was excited to see him get a proper good run at it this year. If you are enjoying the stream, by the way, make sure to well, let me know if you are, number 1, and also make sure to drop a like on the stream as well. That's always ideal. So, Dayron to the bench, Clax back in, Dennis Smith is in the game. Nope, that's Lonnie Walker, actually. Doe's shot had to have been partially blocked because it fell well short. Oh, that is a joke of a foul. Probably the most subtle of pushes by Spencer Dinwiddie, who found himself isolated on AD under the basket. It is going to be Lakers ball on the side. Unlike the Nets, the Lakers are not in the bonus. So it's going to be a side out for the Lakers here through Vincent. So the 5 on the floor for the Lakers is D'Lo, Vincent, AD, Jackson, Hayes, and Hachimura. The Nets have Lonnie Walker, Dinwiddie, Claxton, Finney-Smith, and Royce is also in the game. AD scores in the mid-range. So Lonnie Walker, Dinwiddie, Clax. Looking for the handoff. Gets it to Royce. To the corner for Dinwiddie. That was a pretty shit pass. Dinwiddie's got to shoot another prayer of a 3. Brother, that is the second time he's done that in this game. Has no business converting those shots right there, but I mean, it's going to help us out an absolute crap ton. Lonnie Walker's off on the 3. His first shot in a Nets uniform, albeit unofficially. AD. Well done by Lonnie, who did a I don't even know what I'm saying. A drive-by sort of steal. Just try to swipe it on the way through. It'll be Lakers ball on the baseline, but it was pretty good defensive work by Lonnie there. DSJ is in the game now for the Nets, so we've got an offensive foul here by the Lakers. It's going to go the other way, and the Nets have a basically exclusive new signing starting 5 or current 5. Claxton is the only one who isn't in that mold. So it's not even a new signings lineup. What the hell is going on with Finney-Smith? He has been so badly off on the first 2 threes. Chris Wood's in the game and he's well short, but he gets the long rebound. DSJ nearly got on the end of it. And then we force the turnover. This is where you'd love to see Ben. Royce. Oh, wow. Dennis Smith denied by LeBron. LeBron the other way. Skip past Hachimura on the catch. That is short. So they've been short on the last couple of threes. The offense has died down for both sides. Clax in the post. Spin. Over the top. And I've hit the mic. But Clax has got 2. And he's got another opportunity for an and 1, which he did convert on the first try. Dennis Smith, man, was ready to go up. Where's this played? It's played in Vegas. Don't ask me why. Clax does not get the trajectory right there. So Lakers going the other way now. It's 31-27. I believe, is this Max Christie? The bounce pass to Hachimura. He's got Walker on him in the post. And that's a bit of a mare by Hachimura because he had the size advantage. But then traveled. So 4 turnovers to 2. The Lakers have got more of those. Lonnie Walker, pull up, contested, he airballed it. Royce walked the tightrope. Oh my God, he navigated to the corner and then shot an airball. LeBron, spin, kick out, Christie on the catch. That's long. Clax with the board. He's going to drive it himself. The kick out, excellent distribution. And the 3 rattles out by Walker. Gee, that's just a really misdirected, uncalled for pass by LeBron in transition. He was looking for Christie, who had snuck out the back. But it's just the turnover. That was like 5 feet to the right of Christie. So with just under 90 seconds left in the first quarter, it's been a pretty entertaining first quarter, I will say. 31-27 is the lead. Baisley is in. Step back 2 in the mid-range. That is short. So after scoring was in abundance in the first 6 minutes, it's been really lacking in the second half of the quarter where defense has really come through on both, for both sides. So I guess that's what you're going to get from a lineup like this where there's no Mikal and there's no Cam Thomas. Really relying on plays like Lonnie Walker to carry the offensive load. That's another air ball. Oh my God, save it. Well done. Hachimura nearly with the big brain play to knock it off someone as he was falling out of play. Royce on the catch. Rainbow jumper for 3. And we've got 45 seconds left in the opening. The lead is cut to 1. We're on a little 8-0 burst here. Well, not really a burst. It's happened over about 3.5 minutes. Lebron over the top of the outstretched arm of Baisley. That is good. And it's back to a 4-point game. Royce wanted the 2 for 1. He got it! Jesus Christ. Airballed the first 3 and then has just gone completely batshit crazy on the second 2. So we've seen 13 3-pointers between the two sides in this first quarter. LeBron is going to shoot from way downtown. It's long. Rebound Lonnie. He's got 10 to shoot. Drive. We're going to get free throws. So the Nets could actually have the lead going into the quarter time break. Jersey numbers for the new guys. I'll do my best to show you. Number 4 is Dennis Smith. Lonnie Walker is number 8. Darius Baisley's number 7. So is KD. And I don't know the others because we haven't seen action from any of the other new guys thus far. Lonnie Walker on the second is good. So we have a 1-point lead. We've gone on a nice little 13-2 run or 13-3 run to end the first quarter, provided the Lakers don't score. Vincent is blitzed, and Baisley with the block with 0.5 to go in this first quarter. So very good back end of the quarter for the Nets in terms of defense. LeBron looking for an option to pass it into. And Baisley and Doe very smartly double team Chris Wood under the basket to prevent that alley-oop sort of lob. So quarter time, it's 35-34. I mean, that speaks volumes about the kind of game we've witnessed. It has been only offense, really. I've got to fix this because for some reason the box score is just refusing to go up. There we go. I don't know why it wasn't doing that before. So quarter time stats for you. You can see that the Nets have gotten, well, some good output scoring-wise from their starting 5, especially, but their bench has also come through. Spencer Dinwiddie has hit a couple prayers from three-pointer as the shot clock has wound down, and Ben Simmons has been pretty good with 5 points. Shooting-wise, under 50%, but we've been to the free throw line 9 times. Ben Simmons has got the most free throws there, and we've hit 5 threes. That's where the 35 points have arisen, and the turnover numbers are pretty well down, even though the offense has been a little bit questionable at times. For the Lakers, D'Lo is carrying their ass. He's got 14. He's hit 4 threes. He hasn't missed, and they've gotten some good contributions as well from, you know, a couple of other players that have chipped in by the name of Anthony Davis and Rui Hachimura. Their three-pointers, well, they've gone ballistic from outside. They've had 17 three-pointers in the first quarter, but they've had 7 turnovers. So they've let us off the hook in a couple of instances. The rebounding stats 10 to 16. And that's probably because we've, well, I don't actually know why they've got more rebounds than us. We've probably gotten more of our shots because of turnovers as opposed to them who've gotten more shots off misses, if that makes any form of sense. So we'll get the second quarter ready. What did you like from the first quarter? I mean, you can't really see it, but maybe you can. I don't know if you're watching the game. So, yeah. Truck driver here, so I'm all audio here. Yeah, that's all good, mate. That is all good. If you are enjoying the stream, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well. We will be back next week for coverage of Nets Philly. Very good start, though, by this team. I'm pretty happy with what we've given. 35 points with this team who's not really notorious for offense, more notorious for defense. I don't know what's more surprising, conceding 34 with the defense or conceding 35 with our offense. Completely just going against the grain. So the Lakers will kick things off, and that's an excellent pick and roll by Reeves. Good find by LeBron. The Lakers have the lead back. Early going second quarter, there have been no changes from the first into the second in terms of lineups for the Nets. Lakers going pretty tall with AD, LeBron, and Chris Wood as well. Don't know what position Chris Wood is playing. They're two guards in the backcourt, Vincent and Reeves. LeBron now. Vincent, we went under the screen, and the three is knocked down. The Lakers are the beneficiaries. 39-35. Lonnie, who was a little bit banged up after the last possession, where the illegal screen had a bit of a knock-on effect. Royce for three. Off. Baisley tried to track down the offensive board, but we weren't successful there. AD into the paint. Weirdly bounced off the hardwood. AD will drive on Baisley. He's just too big, too strong. Way too tall, and that's where you would have wanted, like, Dayron to, bang bodies. We're just lacking size at the moment, and what a damn surprise when you don't actually sign a center in the offseason. DSJ, the pull-up two. I don't think that's in his arsenal, but he shot it anyway. Reeves into the paint. Wood, kick out. Vincent, great find. And that was a gimme right there. He's missed it. And now Doe the handoff to Walker. Drives on Vincent. Gets into the paint. And AD got across. I don't know if he got a piece of that, but it did affect the shot quality. And now LeBron. It's a 5-on-4 as AD tracks back, and he looks a bit ginger. LeBron, doubled by Lonnie Walker. I don't know where the foul is there. It's going to be shots, though. It would appear that both teams are taking this quite serious, that they want to win. Not satisfied with just putting mins in. Yeah. Yeah, I would 100% agree with that take. That is clearly goaltending, but whatever. And of course, I'm referring to the AD block that he got moments ago. Lonnie Walker heads to the bench. He did get a knock, so probably smart to just be a little bit conservative. That is clearly a goaltend. Couldn't be any clearer. Alrighty, so 42-35. LeBron splits the pair from the free throw line, and now DSJ to Cam Thomas, who's back in. To the corner for Royce. Good ball fake. Into the paint. The extra feed. Good ball movement. And then Dennis Smith absolutely shat the bed. We still have it. And the two off the window by Harry Giles, who's entered the game. He's number 14 for the Nets. He's wearing the arm sleeve. And that's excellent ball movement by the Nets. Cam Thomas did kickstart that after we nearly coughed it up. LeBron. Dennis Smith is going to be pinged with the blocking foul as LeBron was looking to go downhill again. You know how formidable he is when he gets it in that ballpark region. Amy, welcome to the chat. How's Ben going? He's not going too badly. He's been on the bench for quite some time, though. AD's 3 is good. That was fluent over the top of Harry Giles. Isolating him in the corner. Pretty smart stuff by LA. DSJ to Cam. And now Giles, he's got Reeves on him, so I would expect an attack. He's going to go with the mid-range and score it instead, so fair play. And the Nets cut it back down to 6 after a bit of a... Well, you know, the bench haven't really been... Well, they did hold their own at the back end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, it's been a little bit more tough going. And the Lakers are now at the free throw line. Austin Reeves will shoot a couple. If you are enjoying, make sure to show your support in more ways than one. We also have a donation link, so if you're feeling super generous, you can do that as well. Obviously not an obligation. It's a 7-point lead for the Lakers. 46-39 is the score. Make it 47-39. So the Lakers haven't really, apart from that little period where they were struggling, they've done pretty well on the offensive side and we've struggled holding them down. DSJ, the kick out to Royce, fakes the pass, then gives it off after a quick drive, and Finney Smith, man, cannot make a 3 for his life. Dennis Smith has got, well, he's picking up AD. Can't say I'm too confident about this, but they're going to attack that mismatch. And Royce is going to pick up another foul. Excuse me. So Royce got across. It feels like you can't do a lot on defense these days. I mean, obviously it doesn't count for much. I'd be more agitated if it was a regular season match. But like, I don't think, I think you can not blow the whistle there. Ben Simmons is back in the game, by the way. He will be in for Dorian Finney-Smith. I would say Ben has actually been more scary on the offensive end than Doe, which is voice crack, which is saying something. So 8:06 left in the second quarter. AD has another free throw, and he's got the lead out to double digits. I believe that's the first time today we're witnessing that. Ben leaves it for Cam, who shoots the 3. Ben with a pretty good screen. Doe is actually still in the game, so I don't know who they've sent to the bench. Who do we have on the floor? I've forgotten. LeBron, the fadeaway 2. That's too good. Too good. Simmons going to back down Vincent, the kick out. And Finney-Smith into the paint. That's a foul. And Chris Wood was caught jumping. And Doe got him with the pump fake. So it's going to be 2 shots. So the offense isn't awful. It's just the defense, by our standards, should be a lot better than this. Conceding 51 to this point in the game. I don't know if that's saying more about how good the Lakers have been or how poor we have been defensively. I don't think we've been hideous defensively, but there is quite a few things you could fix up. It's not like there's been open shots on offer all over the joint. It's just been like the scheme. And when Dayron got injured in the first quarter, that has sort of resigned us to our fate, because that backup big spot, well, now we're playing Harry Giles, which it's not great. We haven't seen Trendon Watford today. I believe he's the only new player we haven't seen, rookies aside. AD for 3 is short, and the rebound by Bridges. Ben, well done! Dunk! Let's go! It looked like for all money, the Lakers were off to the races. It looked like they were gonna, well, secure a steal after Mikal probably threw the pass way too far ahead of Ben, but D'Lo was waiting for it, and Ben was the more assertive one out of the two, and threw it down and hung on the rim just a little bit as well. So 2 points for Ben. He's gone to 7 points. So AD. Free throw is good. 52-43. Dinwiddie's back in. So both free throws good for AD. And so as much as we're sort of getting stops, we're like a lot of free throws in this game. We're going to get a timeout as well at the 6:54 mark, or 6:53 as per my clock. So let's have a look at the box score, ladies and gents. This is what we're dealing with at the moment. If you're a Nets supporter, why does it keep doing this? It's like locked on there. I mean, I'll probably just tell you what you're missing. Ben Simmons has 7 points, a rebound, and an assist, as you can see via the player spotlight. Our stats, though, you can see the three-point shooting has gone into a pit. We have not scored a three-pointer in this quarter, and that is where the Lakers have got their, well, a bit of a cushion. We've only had 3 turnovers. It's just been the shooting has been hella inefficient, and Dorian Finney-Smith and Royce have not really helped that cause coming off the bench. The bench is really struggling scoring-wise, except for, like, Harry Giles. And Royce O'Neal hit 2 threes in a row. But that aside, it's been a bit more tough going in the second quarter, as Mikal has been on the bench. Clax has been on the bench. Like, Mikal's only played 8 minutes. So, yeah. But for the Lakers, you can see what output they're getting. AD's been really good. LeBron's been getting to the line, has a bit of a knack getting there. D'Lo with 14. And then their bench hasn't been as flashy as their starting 5, but they've hit 10 threes, shooting over 50%, and they've also gone to the free throw line 10 times. So that is a very well-rounded offensive performance for the Lakers. We don't even have a player in double figures yet, but, you know, the balance has been there. It's just, it's always going to be difficult when you've conceded 53 points already. Yeah. So, yeah, that's really what we're dealing with at the moment. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like on it. And if you are new as well, make sure to subscribe as well. We'll be back very soon. After today, we'll be back for Nets Philly in a week's time. We also play on Thursday, I do believe, in a couple of days. That game is Nets versus I think a team from the UAE. So I would imagine we smoke them, but I would also imagine that we play our lesser lights. Dayron Sharp is questionable. Yeah, questionable to return. So I would imagine the team we've seen today is the team we're going to play for basically the majority of the game. Looks like the starting five is back in. Ben into the paint, picks up his dribble. Cam, pull up over Reeves, and he has somehow scored. Hand in the face. Sort of a little bit of like weight in that jump shot. Like he actually waited for Reeves to get across. Reeves responds with a three-pointer of his own. Cam, drive on Prince. That's got to be a foul, man. What? Where the hell's the foul on that? D'Lo, Reeves, Prince, and the floater's good. The reason the Lakers ended up with that was because Thomas was called for a double dribble? No, travel probably. Cam looking for Clax on the lob. Clax wasn't even interested in getting up there. Now he's got it. Oh, that's an excellent skyhook almost over Jackson Hayes. It was a good spin move to get Hayes under the basket enough. Prince for three. That's off. Rebound Nets. Bridges. Simmons got by. Oh, that's a really terrible pass by Ben. He's looking for a no-look. Should have just taken it himself. But the pass was on as well. So it's one of those, you know, where you could probably make a case for both outcomes. Instead, we come up empty-handed without even getting a shot off. So 7 turnovers to the Lakers, 5 for the Nets. D'Lo, that shot rattles out, but the Lakers back tap it, and Prince is there for it. Russell, bounce pass to Rui. He's got Bridges on him now. Shoots over the top. Oh, that is a tough shot by Rui. I don't think you could really play any better defense. Dinwiddie. Ben, I reckon just attack it here. There it is. And it's a foul on the pass. I don't know. Like, I can't get a vibe of Ben at the moment because he still is like passive, but like he looks more like dynamic, if that makes sense. Shoot a mid-range, Ben. Oh god, yep, that's Ben. That's Ben. That's when you know you're dealing with Ben. Well short on the midi. Prince, the 2, he got it over Clax. That's a tough shot as well. They're making a lot of tough shots. And the lead's out of 15. It's ballooned. So Cam Thomas, the drive, nearly lost it. Picked up his dribble. Had to kick it out. Mikal, one-legged, 2 on the baseline. He didn't get the bounce. The rebound, the Lakers. Hachimura, blocked by Clax, and it's going to be Nets ball. It wasn't convincing. Jackson Hayes actually was in a very good position to win the offensive rebound. However, it just bounced off his foot, I believe, and rolled out of play. Got away from him. So we've got 4 or so minutes to play. I would take a deficit under 10, but is that realistic? I'm not sure. Bridges, the kick out was very ropes. The Lakers well set up to pick up a steal and, you know, proof themselves for passes like that. Right in the passing lane. Honestly, Ben, I would just take it into the cup. There it is! And he's blown the layup. But you know what? Like, I'd rather him do that than not. Russell, bounce pass. Hayes, the reverse. Wasn't even looking at the basket. I think Ben's got to, like, he's got to just try drive and not go away from the basket. Oh, there's another turnover. It's a 2-on-1 and Rui scores for 2. So they have piled on the points in this second quarter. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play, and Shark Fawn's got a fair bit of work to do. So right now, I think it's just well, naturally, if you can't score, you probably can't defend. It's going to be a lot more difficult. We can see how we're shooting the ball. No threes in the second quarter. That's where we were getting our offense in the first quarter. And this is a pretty common thing that happened last year where we would just shit the bed on offense. Like, we've only scored 12 points in the quarter, and the Lakers have kept up their pace with 32. I need to fix this. I'm going to do this. Let me fix that up. Now you can actually see what's going on. So you can see what's going on here. We don't even have a scorer in double figures yet. And I believe whoops, I've just shook the microphone again. I think it's sensitive to that. You can see just what we're dealing with here. No one's actually taken more than 6 shots in this team. We've just more turnovers, got to the free throw line less. I think we've only had 2 free throws in the quarter, and 3-pointers, we haven't made 1. The Lakers, well, that really tells a story. They've got 3 players with 10 or more, and then they've also got 3 players with 3 extra on top with 7 or more. And their starting 5 have really been good. I mean, like, you can tell by the plus minus. Hit 11 threes as well, shooting at 55% from the field. And the turnover numbers are pretty even. They've also got 14 rebounds for the Nets, 26 for the Lakers. That's not really indicative of how shit we've been on the glass. That's more indicative of how many shots we've missed in comparison, and that's really helping that number to balloon. But yeah, it hasn't been excellent viewing in the second quarter. It was much better in the first quarter. I will tell you that much. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Obviously, a fair bit of work to be done on the defensive side, but at the same token, it hasn't been awful. Our defense, it's just been more the Lakers hitting a lot of tough shots. You know, these sort of games aren't really... You're not really going to play these sort of offensive games every game you play. You know, it's more on the... Yeah, it's... I don't even know what I'm saying. I've just completely lost my train of thought. So you know what? I'm just going to give up and I'm going to move forward with my life. I have just seen when that game is at the end of the week. I may actually be able to stream it, so stay tuned for that. I will obviously communicate via the community tab whether or not I can do that game. And it's on Friday if you're in Australia, and it's on Thursday if you're in the US. I thought it was Thursday in Australia, Wednesday in the US. I guess that turnaround would be pretty unrealistic though, especially given it's a game at the Barclays Center. Mikal is going to head to the free throw line after what I'd assume was a 3-second violation call against Jackson Hayes. So it's a miss and we just can't score the ball. So Mikal on the wing, Cam Thomas now. Good defense. We found the open man though. Dinwiddie got it. And that was well worked by the Nets because the Lakers were blitzing and their numbers were rotating across well. But we did well to, you know, cover all bases and find that open man. Obviously, if you double team, you're going to find an open man somewhere. Russell bricks the three, but the Lakers get the long rebound, fairly fortuitous, and that three by LeBron is short. So Clax is going to bring the ball up, give it a Ben, drive it, and one! Benjamin! Brother, if you just do that, we're okay. Ben, you're not going to be a liability if you just score the ball like that. Nice little finger roll. Got around Jackson Hayes. I mean, when you're going at that pace and you've got a center stationary under the basket, it's going to be much easier for the guy with momentum going up than the guy standing still and going up. So Ben at the line, the free throw is good. So he converts the and one. That's a good sign. Christie. That three rattles out. Ben's got 10 points already. Oh, God, that's going to be a foul. We got bailed out there because that pass was way too high for Mikal. So high that it hit the rim and probably could have been considered a shot. Instead, it's going to be a foul. Mikal Bridges is going to shoot two at the line. I don't know who dragged him down, but he did hit the hardwood pretty hard. So, 2 free throws for Mikal. The first one is good. Nice little fight back by the Nets at the back end of this first half. Exactly what we want to see. Let me get the stream back up because, shit, I forgot. So, the second free throw is good. It's back down to 11. Jabari, Dayron is injured. He wasn't to start the game. He was injured in the first quarter. Only a few minutes into his stint. I believe he landed on AD. Bridges the three is off. And we enter the final 90 seconds. Oh, well done by Rui. The Nets defense caught napping. And the Lakers crack 70 on the stroke of halftime. So, pretty shit defensive breakdown by the Nets there. Got to be better on that front. Tony Brothers picks up a foul, or was able to find a foul in that sequence there by the Nets. Mikal's back at the free throw line. I believe it was a grab off the ball. What are you making of that, the Beard saga at the Sixers? I'm not surprised. That's what I'll say. I'm not surprised. I don't really care enough, but I do find it kind of funny. He asks for it, man. He just wants out every season. Literally, James Harden is to NBA teams what Andy in Toy Story was to his toys as he got older. Like, they just became... Like, they got old very quickly, you know? And that three is off by LeBron. Ben, drive, kick out. Lonnie Walker's back in the game, and he got fouled by Christie, who cannot believe it. He is in disbelief, hands on the head. He feels pretty stiff, hard done by the decision. Probably a case to be made both ways. I don't know. I don't know how the game is adjudicated these days. It's very hit or miss. We've got free throws, though. So 2 shots for Lonnie. The first one is good. And it cuts the lead down to 12. Second free throw coming up is off. I love the confidence from Ben. He's been pretty good today. He looks better. He looks a lot better than he was last year. There he is, right on cue with a steal. And we'll push the pace. Dinwiddie on the catch. He got it. My guy has got 4 3-pointers already. Continues to surprise. So Ben with the assist after the defensive stop there by the Nets, and then the Lakers quickly respond. That has been the issue all quarter, all game long, actually. Every Nets bucket is met with a Lakers response, and it's, well, kept us at an arm's length. So Mikal is going to hold for one. Picked up by D'Lo right at the logo. There's a carry on Bridges. So that's pretty stiff because could have been cutting the deficit down. Instead, LeBron. Oh my God, how have they managed that? That is ridiculous. LeBron didn't even look like he was... I don't even know if that was a lob or an attempted shot. He's thrown it up over his head from the left side and found Jackson Hayes, who was well positioned for the alley-oop, and he scored it. That is stupid if that was intended. So a 14-point deficit is what needs to be made up. Yeah, that is ridiculous. With 0.2 on the clock, Hayes got it in. LeBron's shot actually went off the window. And you could not pre-plan for that one bit. So it's going to count. I also just figured out that if that shot went in, then that actually means that the Nets will need to play 2 or 0.2 seconds of the game when we return, because it looked like that was before the shot clock, like he completed the action with 0.2 seconds left on the clock. We're going to return from the halftime break and we're going to have to play 0.2 seconds of the second quarter. Weird shit, but 75-61 at the break, and well, that's telling a lot. 12 threes made by the Lakers, already attempted 29. That is pretty stupid. Shooting the ball really well. Hachimura's got 14 off the bench. I mean, they've got 5 players in double figures already, and that's obviously going to get you a lot of points. That's really accounted for the large majority of their score today. D'Lo's been excellent. He's been leading the way pretty much for the vast majority of the game. He had 14 points in the first quarter. He hasn't scored really in the second, but he is still leading the team in scoring. Hachimura's got the most shots. That's crazy. But for the Nets, offense sort of started to pick up at the back end of the quarter. We looked on track for maybe sub 20 points. Conceded 41, still managed to get to 26. I mean, only 7 threes made. Got to the free throw line a lot, but I would like to see the free throws made at a better rate. The turnovers also did beef up in that quarter. Nowhere near the amount of bench scoring as the Lakers, but we are getting a fair bit of output from our starting 5. Would like to see a bit more from Mikal. But Ben Simmons has been good. He's actually been really good. He's got 10 points. You can see, I'm just going to update. He's got 3 assists and he's got 1 steal. So pretty decent stat line for Ben in the first half. I'm pretty happy with that. He's been a -7, but granted, every single player on this Nets team is in the negative for plus minus. So he's been all right. Cam Thomas, it's been an interesting sort of dynamic playing Cam Thomas and Cam Thomas and Ben Simmons. I think those two have shared the floor every single minute they've been on the floor. So that's probably a dynamic we may be going for this season. The bench is a little bit weird. Do think we probably should be playing, well, Harry Giles at the same level as we would if we were playing Dayron, because Dayron well, he's been out. He only played 2 minutes and then had to go to the bench because, you know, the injury. So, is what it is. 17 rebounds to 30. Lakers have got 5 offensive boards, which has been a little bit frustrating, but most of those have been unpreventable. They've been long rebounds. And, yeah, I mean, 16 assists to how many? 9? Not great. Turnovers, forced a few. But I'll just leave the box score up for the Nets. There we go. If you want to have a good look at that. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support by dropping a like and subscribing if you're new as well. Let me know if the microphone is too loud or has been at any point, because that is obviously something I'll work to get fixed. Yeah. So, overall, not too bad. All right. So, I mean, let me know in the chat what your takeaways were from the first half. 75 to 61. Offense hasn't been awful. Did have a period of time where it was stunted a little bit. But that aside, like, I mean, it's been the defense. That's been the issue. But, you know, if I look at that box score, I'm probably asking a couple of questions. One of those is why Dorian Finney-Smith has played the most minutes of any guy on the bench. Because he's been shooting the ball really badly. Almost like it's just been a continuation of last season, to be quite honest. So that's a little bit disappointing. Harry Giles playing 3 minutes. I would like to see, like, just us a little bit more physical. I mean, you can have guards that are really gritty, but they're really attacking us in that sort of area. You know, the paint. I don't know how many paint points they've gotten, actually. It's probably something worth looking at. So, yeah. I'm just going to see can I find team highlights? The other thing to point out, Spencer Dinwiddie has, well, he's only shot 3-pointers and he's made 4. Is that, like, saying more about Ben Simmons than Spencer Dinwiddie? Like, is Ben Simmons finding him? I'd say no, because, well, Ben Simmons, I don't think has really had a bearing on any of Spencer's scores. Like, 3 of his shots have been as a result of the shot clock winding down and him having to chuck up a prayer and him making them. You know, on a bad day, you know, it's usually a little bit tougher viewing wise, but Clax has been all right. 1 block, 7 points, 4 rebounds. That isn't a bad output from him. I'm more interested to see what sort of offensive load is Cam Thomas going to have in the back end of a game, especially when things are getting closer, in the case that the game gets closer. And even in the case that we need to get back in the game, who's going to be the guy that Jacques Vaughn, you know, like in a huddle, they say, he's our guy. We're going to pass the ball to this guy. We're going to focus on getting it to him, giving him all the usage, playing through him. I don't know if that's going to be Bridges or Cam Thomas. We've seen Ben, you know, handle the rock a fair bit as well. I mean, pretty good first half by him. If he can score like the way he's done in this first half, I'm taking that. You know, 20 points from Ben is a win. if he obviously plays at this rate. 4 free throws as well. That's what we want. Definitely been more of a knack to get to the basket than last season, and he looks a little bit more... He's showing more conviction in that regard. So I think that is a positive. The Lakers are missing Cam Reddish and Jared Vanderbilt as well. So you know how good Vanderbilt is defensively. Why does this betting ad keep coming up? It's so frustrating. That's probably why I couldn't see shit before. Yeah, so overall, not like a bad... Not an awful first half. I would like to see a bit of a different minute allocation. Yeah. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on what you've seen thus far, the discourse. You'd expect Ben to have a few rebounds by now. I think it's more because the Lakers aren't really missing. We've only got 17 rebounds, and half of those are by 2 players. Mikal's got 5, Clax has got 4. When you're not getting stops, obviously there are less rebounds to go around. So that's probably why Ben only has 1 board. I mean, Philadelphia Ben Simmons would get a lot of rebounds and just push the pace. It'd be a lot of like one-man fast break, even though it was, it wasn't off the back of a turnover. It was like off the back of a miss. And it was almost as if you were moving in transition the way of a turnover. So, I don't know. You would expect Ben to have a few rebounds, but also I would have expected us to concede less than 75 points. Yeah. But overall, pretty good first half, I would say. If you are enjoying, you know what to do. If you want to donate, you can also do that. That is an option as well. Plenty of options to support. And if you have been here since whenever, last season, credit to you for rocking up today. It's a preseason game. It's not usually a game that too many people are interested in. So credit to you for rocking up and listening to me do the stream for it. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Other games. What has happened today in the league? I'll just go back to the main screen. Don't think it's really... Unless you want to see a specific stat, then I'll obviously just leave it on this screen for the second half. Or until the second half starts. I mean, keys for the second half, better defense. Probably not going under the screens all the time. That was a very, Kenny Atkinson kind of defensive scheme. And we got killed for it, I found a lot of the time. And would like to see Mikal have a few more shots. I mean, as I said, we've only had... the most shots a player has taken in this game for the Nets is 7. And it's Cam Thomas and Mikal Bridges. So I would like to see... Well, when the game ends, I'm not sure if we're going to, injury manage those guys. I mean, because they've played 15 minutes already. Or we're going to play them, the full 30-minute allotment. I don't want to see, them have only 7 shots. I want to see them have, pushing 18, 19 shots. That's the reason I don't think Cam Johnson is going to have as huge a season as people may be anticipating from him, because he's one of those lower usage kind of guys that will only take 12, 13 shots a game, tops. He never really exceeds that mark. If you also haven't seen my game or my season preview, that is just lost my voice there. That is also on the channel as well, so if you want to check that out, you can go ahead. Around the grounds today, the Celtics lost to the Knicks. They weren't really playing anyone. and the Knicks weren't really playing anyone either for an extended period. Jalen Brunson scored 10 points in 5 minutes and pissed off. I don't know if he's injured or what, but they still won anyway. Evan Fournier scored 11 points. He's been talking a lot of smack. And then, Jesus Christ, the Thunder and the Spurs, man. First half, it was 81-74 at the half. And then in the second half, the Thunder ended up winning despite only having a 48-point second half. Wembanyama scored 20 and shot the ball all right. They didn't really play... Oh, they played pretty much their whole team. Except Keldon Johnson and Jeremy Sohan. And the Thunder got 21 out of Holmgren. So that is going to be a pretty good... Well, that's like a new signing in itself as well. So pretty exciting times if you're a Thunder fan. Because, you know, it's... Well... You know, that team is young as. A lot of potential there. A lot of untapped potential. And a lot of time to grow into that. So, yeah. In terms of the first game I will stream this year, it will be the Dallas game, which will be, I believe, at home. Then Charlotte, I don't know if I'll be covering... I don't know what games I'll be covering, to be honest. Definitely Dallas. Dallas will be the first game I do. I can't do opening night against Cleveland. Wait, which game's at home? Do we play Cleveland at home? Opening night? I'm not sure. Or is it Dallas? Is Dallas the first game at home? I'm not sure. Anyway, second quarter's about to kick off. Second half, it has kicked off. Whoops. Alrighty, here we go. Chris Wood is starting. So they're resting LeBron, AD, and someone else. We're starting our bench, except Cam Thomas is in. Dennis Smith off the window for 2. He scores through contact off the glass. So the starters remaining from the start of the game, Chris Wood is wide open and he misses. Reeves and Prince for the Lakers. And then Cam Thomas for the Nets. So... no Ben Simmons, I would assume, for the rest of the game. Cam Thomas, is it time for him to take over? I feel like it may be. This is where he thrives. I think now we're going to see Darius Baisley a bit more. We're going to see Harry Giles, who's starting the second half, because Dayron's unavailable, I would assume, with what would seem to be a pretty... well, scary injury for an opening game. All things considered. We're blitzing nice and early. There's the defense. Dennis Smith with the tip. Royce in transition. Layup. Oh my God, Giles soared over the top. Wasn't able to finish off the offensive putback. And now Dennis Smith going to drive on Prince. Now we'll pull up for the mid-range. Got the bounce. Oh my God, it sat up on the rim. And the Nets have gone on a quick 7-0 run to start the second half in a minute and a half. Kick out for Wood. We're playing a little bit of zone kind of defense. Hachimura picked up by Giles. The baseline jumper is good. And he has been very, very efficient in this game. Smooth looking jumper as well. Thomas, drive. Royce into the paint. And he definitely moved his feet. Didn't make that at all obvious. So, 9-point game. And a quick turnover. I think the Lakers were trying to get it ahead. It happened so fast that even I couldn't see it. Dennis Smith. 3 is short. Reeves. Drive. Pass. Chris Wood lost it. Tried to draw a foul. Wasn't successful. Hachimura into the paint. Harry Giles is right there for the help defense. Hachimura goes baseline. Away from that help defense. And he missed it. Cam Thomas on the drive. Foul. And it's going to be on the floor. So Cam Thomas now is going to thrive. He is going to lead this offense in this second half. You can already sense it because he's clearly getting a bit more action in terms of the offensive sets. Noah Clowney is into the game, the rook. And he shot it like arse in the Summer League. Cam Thomas is fouled again. My guy is pretty unstoppable on the offensive end when he can just... when he's allowed to cook. When he's given the green light, you know it's curtains. And we know what... well, he only had, I think, 7 points or 9 points at the break. And he is already scored the vast majority of our points in this quarter, which nearly equates to what he scored in the entirety of the first half. So, lead back down to 6. Prince, Reeves, and now Vincent. Pass to Wood in the post, who's picked up by Noah Clowney. And that's way too easy. I mean, that is the difference between a developed NBA big and a rookie who's just incredibly raw and, like, you know, the size difference is ridiculous, you know? So 79-71 the score. Chris Wood picked up by Clowney. You'd imagine he attacks again. Nope. He shoots the mid-range and is well short on it. So the Nets get it to the corner. Doe, Clowney, lost the ball. Little bit shaky out the gate. And Prince for 3 in transition is good. Well, they're really throwing the rook into the deep end. I will say that. Thomas is going to shoot a 3 and miss. Clowney, rebound, got it for 2. Well done. Well done, young'un. And he's probably nearly the same age as me. I act like I'm 55. And I hoop in the local YMCA. I don't. Dennis Smith, the drive. Body bump. He got Prince out of the way, but he was looking for the extra feed rather than just going up himself and taking the 2. He had the space to do it. So 82-73 the score. Lead was 14 at the main break. Free throw 1 is good for Dennis Smith, who has also looked fairly assertive in this second half. Got a little bit more of the rock. So I think that's what a lot of people are alluding to. When we're at full strength, Dennis Smith and Cam Thomas will be the rotational second unit backcourt duo, which is what we're being subjected to at this point in time. Reeves behind the back. That pass was too saucy. It was behind the cutter, but the Lakers still have it. And a wide open 3 for Vincent opens up. He was so badly off. Didn't even hit the rim. And now Cam Thomas, pull up 2 over Reeves, and he got it. It's like that quick burst of pace Like, the Laker has to gamble whether he's going to commit to Thomas as if he's going to drive it or... Oh, my God. We got ahead. And the lead's cut down to 3 in the blink of an eye. And as I was saying, though, like, those Cam Thomas mid-ranges are lethal because he just stops so quickly. The Lakers defenders are on their heels, and, you know, it creates that space because Cam Thomas knows when he's going to stop and pop. The Laker doesn't. He thinks he's going to drive it all the way. And I guess that is so beneficial for scorers, like, because you can open up mid-ranges because people think you're going to drive it, and then you can open up the drive because people think you're going to pull up, and you're sort of like premeditating that, so you can catch defenses off guard. Very good second half, though, by Cam Thomas. He's really helping us out here. Got us back in the game. We've gone on a nice little, well, an extended 18-7 run. Cam Thomas is really, his assumed responsibility. He scored 8 points in the third quarter. Dennis Smith has also gotten going with a couple of buckets. We have not hit a 3, but we've gotten to the free throw line again. And the shooting numbers have gone up. The turnover count sitting at about 10. It's a bit of a... Well, it's not great. I would like it to be better. But for the Lakers, they are now resting LeBron and AD, who were actually big sources of their offense in the first half. So they're going to struggle a little bit. And D'Lo also hasn't seen any time, and he was a big part of their first quarter scoring. So Rui Hachimura is probably the only guy that can really keep him afloat, to be honest. Gabe Vincent has looked trash. Chris Wood not really looking to attack the rookie because Noah Clowney has gotten a shot in the last couple of minutes. 3-point shooting has gone down. That's understandable when you've got, shooting the ball. And they haven't had a free throw in a long time. The rebounding numbers have evened up at 31-26 the Lakers' way. And the turnover numbers, they were pretty much the same anyway. So everything's really evened up. Excuse me. Alrighty. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well. Let me know your thoughts about how this game has gone so far. What is this little burst of scoring by Cam Thomas telling you about the kind of role he needs to play this season? Does he operate better with a bench unit? I would say so. Another steal for the Nets. We forced the overuse, and Dennis Smith, very good verticality by Vincent to force the turnover. The Lakers nearly again give it up with a really loopy pass that was very much a gamble. Vincent to Hayes, and now Prince. Cam Thomas went under the screen. Get the board. Well done, Noah. And the Nets the other way. Dennis Smith to the corner for Cam on the catch. This time he got it. It's all tied up. Ladies and gents, this is the... this shouldn't be one bit surprising, to be quite honest. Reeves, spin, kick out. Hayes looking for Prince. Reeves on the catch. The response, yes, sir. And they very much needed that because they have been struggling. Cam Thomas in the face of the defense. He scored again. And who was the person in the chat that said, I hope we're getting more 40-point games? He's honestly on track for another one. Austin Reeves returns the favor. It's just a back and forth shootout here. Surely Cam Thomas goes for it again. There it is! Yes! That's 4 threes in a row between the Nets and the Lakers. Now Reeves on the drive. Oh my God, that's a wild layup attempt. And how on earth is that a foul? Really, that's just a bit of referee sympathy showing off right there. But bloody hell, we are getting treated. Cam Thomas scores a 3. Austin Reeves is like, well, you can't get away with this, so I'm gonna score 3 myself. But then Cam Thomas says, well, no, you're not getting away with it either. I'm gonna just score 3 right back and cancel it out. And then Austin Reeves said, well, yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing again. So 17 points in the quarter for Cam Thomas. He's got 26 total. He's gone 6 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown. And, well, he's spearheaded this comeback. I mean, we've scored 27 in the quarter already. And then the minute Cam Thomas goes to the bench, Royce O'Neal turns it over in the most innocuous way. So, who are we bringing in? Lonnie Walker? I don't know. That is crazy shit. He just needs 14 points to make it to 40. Yeah. Vincent this time, he finally gets one to go. And with Thomas on the bench, I'm not really sure how this is going to go. We've got Watford in the game, and we've got Armani Brooks in the game as well. Only guy that hasn't seen action yet. Wow, strong take by Watford. I thought the ball was, the pass had gone right past him and placed him in the mud, but he took that very strongly and scored with the floater. Jalen Wilson is the only one to not see minutes in this game thus far. Torian Prince makes another corner 3. Wow, that was an outrageous screen by Noah Clowney, living up to his surname right there. And, yeah. Man, they are knocking down a ton of 3-pointers. That's where they've gotten this 96 points from. So a very entertaining very entertaining game first up. Jesus Christ, 96-90, and we have not even reached three-quarter time. I think there was a technical foul in there somewhere because the Lakers are shooting free throws. It's on Jacques Vaughn, so preseason or regular season, it don't matter. Jacques Vaughn is willing to stick up for his players. So Hachimura made the tech, and the Lakers get it back up to 7. Vincent to Vincent. Did I just say Vincent to Vincent? Hachimura. Defended by Wilson, who is now in the game. Good defense. Better offense. Another baseline delivery by Hachimura. Watford, who's got that passing ability. Doe on the catch. Got it. Sniper. It's his first 3-pointer of the game. Granted, he's getting paid to do that, so he should be doing that. Vincent, step back 2. Good ball fake, but then he passed it off. And they nearly coughed it up. Under the screen, Christie bricks the 3. Clowney the board. Quick offense. Wilson. Euro. That was such a good move. Such a good move. He had the Lakers defender on skates. I believe it was one of their guards. And all the Lakers defender could do was foul. So it's going to be 2 shots for Jalen Wilson. Early impact. And that's a prime example of defense leading to offense, ladies and gentlemen. So 99-93. Make it... We've just added a point. So I don't know where that's arisen from, but a 2 would have been turned into a 3. Never mind. It's just the Yes Network scoreboard playing up. Jalen Hood-Scafino is into the game. So we've got 2 Jalens in the game. And Wilson bricks the second. So splits the pair. And Excuse me. The Lakers will bring it up. Vincent. Scafino. Drive. Bounce pass to the corner. So they bring it back out. Deflected by Clowney. And the Lakers are going to get, well, 2.9 seconds to shoot. It looks like 29 seconds on the broadcast. And then the buzzer just went off. I don't really know why. It's a timeout. All right. So 99-94 the score. Very entertaining stuff. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well. We will be back for potentially the Nets game against the Middle Eastern team they play in a couple of days' time, alongside the Nets Philly game next week. So that'll be the second last game before the regular season, but I won't be doing the last game. That one's against Miami. And then it'll be Nets Cleveland opening night, or opening game. Nets opening night. The box score, you can see what's going on here. Leading the way for the Lakers is Austin Reeves, who hit a couple of threes in quick succession. Actually, no, Hachimura's got 19. But they've both been equally as good. Ben Simmons, you can see the player spotlight. He had 10 points and 3 assists in only 14 minutes of action. You can see we've really emptied our bench. Good shooting in the second half, and the free throws keep coming, which is good. Cam Thomas, I mean, superb in the second half. He's scored 17 in the quarter and only had 1 miss from 7 shots. He's got 26 total. And yeah, that's really probably the only performance to really drive home about. Spencer Dinwiddie had 4 threes in the first half as well, which was a good sign. But yeah, that's really the box score. Pause it if you want to see any specific stat. The Lakers are shooting the ball pretty well as well. So we've done well keeping them off the free throw line, but the 3 points, or the 3-pointers, should I say, are a problem. You know, in terms of, you know, getting a result out of this game. If we want to win, we probably should defend the 3-pointers a little bit better. Still got a long way to go in this game, though. We've got a quarter left. The Lakers, well, they're getting ready to crack 100. Meanwhile, the Nets are, well, bordering on doing the same. And it's it's positive. It's positive that we've delivered 94 points with this team, because we're not known for offense, I would imagine. If you look at that team on paper, you're saying, well, how have we scored 94 points in 3 quarters? We're in no way, shape, or form entitled to do that. You know, defensively, we're more equipped. So I guess this gives me a little bit of optimism that we can do that. The rebound by Armani Brooks as we return will get the Nets going forward. And we have a foul on, I believe, Trendon Watford. The Nets are in the bonus, so Watford will go to the line. So 2 shots. And Watford is in my big calls for the Nets season. I think Watford is going to have he's going to enter the rotation. That's my bold call. He will lock down a rotation spot by the end of the season, which is a pretty bold call, definitely, because Trendon Watford isn't really your household name, but he brings a lot, and he's young, and for Portland, he contributed quite well. So I think he could be someone that may have a part to play in this team, especially if we get more depleted, that sort of thing. Oh, come on. These fouls, man. And Noah Clowney is doing a Dayron Sharp. He's just racking those fouls up for fun. Also got to remember we are missing Cam Johnson as well. We're missing Cam Johnson, Derek Whitehead, and that is it. Chris Wood is short on the free throw. He has been terrible today. That's their backup big right there. I wouldn't be overly confident. I mean, he's not going to play that many minutes a game, but, you know, when you've got Anthony Davis, things become a lot easier. But anyway, it's 196. Handoff by Watford to Armani Brooks for 3. He was knocking down threes for fun in the Summer League. That's like watching Trendon Watford highlights. That handoff was very similar to what he's done at Portland. Chris Wood is going to drive on Clowney. That's got to be... What are you talking about? How is that a... Bullshit. Clowney is racking up these fouls like there's no tomorrow. Is that not an offensive foul? Bro, the Nets commentators are going full fan mode in this. I mean, I'm allowed to do it because I'm unofficially commentating this, but my God. Probably a bit of reason to feel that way as well. It was that one specifically I thought was an offensive foul. He could be hit with a charge there, Chris Wood. I'm not sure. But there was a little bit of mayo on that fall as well. Who knows? We'll obviously find out in due course. So, gee, that's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know if you can call that, to be honest, or overturn that. Yeah, they definitely... Yeah, unsuccessful challenge. So that means Chris Wood is going to be going to the line to convert an and 1. 102.96 the score. So an unsuccessful challenge for JV. And, well, the Lakers have been able to keep the scoreboard ticking over a little bit more so since Cam Thomas went to the bench, and those guys like Royce O'Neal, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dennis Smith have also gone to the bench. Haven't really seen Lonnie Walker in this second half, and it's probably due to that knock he sustained in the first half, where he was a little bit ginger. All right. And free throw is good. So we're into the final 2 minutes. 103.96. Watford doing some playmaking. We have a kickball as they were looking for Baisley on the backdoor cut. So Armani Brooks will inbound it from the side. And Clowney is going to hand it off to Brooks. Thought about the 3. Gets it to Watford. Euro. Floater is short. Rebound Clowney. The kick out to Brooks. And they'll reset with 9 to shoot. Clowney. And that handoff is ropes. Bro, Clowney is stinking it up. He is really stinking it up in this. Jesus Christ. Alrighty. Since Clowney's gotten into the game, I don't know why we haven't given Harry Giles a little bit more run. Maybe that's reserved for another game. So Hood Scafino is going to shoot a step back three over Baisley, and that is off. And now the rebound by Brooks. Gets it to Wilson. Early offense, was thinking about it. Brooks over the top. Three was online, and I had a perfect view of it with the broadcast. 99-103. The drive and the Euro by Wood. And the tough shot again. And we have another foul. So ever since Chris Wood actually decided to start bringing it into the paint and really testing that interior presence that we're lacking, well, he's been benefiting strongly from it. And he's got another free throw here, which is short. And Baisley, with that length, is able to get a rebound and fend off oppositions. Baisley, Wilson, high arcing three, that's off. Clowney got hands to it, but Christie will get the last laugh. Hood Scafino, picked up by Clowney again. Spin. Oh my God, he is getting absolutely rinsed. He is getting rinsed out there. Watford, Euro again, kick out. Brooks on the catch. Seemed automatic. Clowney, another offensive board, which I guess is one positive you could take out of his game today, which has been otherwise pretty rough. Watford into the paint. Off the window, he scores and gets the +1 with 16 on the clock. Watford's been pretty good. Pretty good. I'm pretty encouraged by what I've been seeing. Definitely the better man out of Watford and Baisley. I feel like those two are really competing for the same spot this season. Watford's free throw is good, and he has converted all three of his free throws. So, incredibly high scoring this game. So the Lakers will hold for 1. They are up 5. They've got 7 to shoot. Christie, high screen. Hayes, 3 over Brooks. Got it. Jesus Christ. 110 in 3 quarters. They have not scored less than 34 and a quarter this game. That is pretty nuts to me. I mean, it's not good if you're a Nets fan, but it is good if you want to check the box score. Very pleasant viewing over there. You can see for the Lakers, I mean, Chris Wood started to take quite a few shots in that third quarter. He's got 10 points, adds to the 5 other Lakers with 10 or more points. You can see they're shooting very well from 3 on a very high volume, and they're getting to the line a little bit more frequently now. Turnovers have remained pretty stable, shooting over 50% from the field. That's what you want. I mean, the Nets are doing pretty well in terms of 50-40, not so quite 90 shooting splits. But it's just the fact that we've taken less threes, and the turnover number's a bit weird. The rebounding number's pretty even. There's not an awful lot to separate the two teams. It's the fact the Lakers have a few more shots. Noah Clowney's got 3 offensive boards, which is a positive. I do like that. But that being said, I mean, he's a +1, but he's also had 2 turnovers. And apart from that, not really much else going on with the bench. Trendon Watford in 6 minutes or 5 minutes has been pretty good with 7 points. Gotten to the line 3 times. Yeah. So I think he's been pretty good. Probably the pick of the bunch. If you had to pick like a good stat line for the newcomers, and then obviously we talk about what the starting 5 have done in this game. Cam Thomas is probably getting some run down the stretch, but he's currently on the bench, sitting out the back end of the third quarter. So he had 17 in the quarter. That quarter we scored 41 points, and in any other alternate reality, that's getting you the lead. However, unfortunately, we've conceded another 35 points on top, which meant that we didn't even half the deficit. I didn't realize Cam Johnson averaged 15.5 a game last season. May have to change my prediction. He's probably scoring 18 a game then. All right. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to show your support in more ways than one. There is a donation link as well if you want to use that and, well, help fund the quality of the streams and allow me to do this a little bit easier in terms of finances, but obviously not an obligation. What's going on here? We have a foul to side out, and Trendon Watford was finding a little bit of difficulty in receiving the basketball. They were clearly looking for him. Yeah. So Watford brings it back in. Bounce pass to Giles, who lost the ball, but fought well to recover it. Lonnie Walker's actually back in. I thought he was done for the night. Watford, will be getting free throws. CJ says, go Pies. I mean, if there's a way to rub in a premiership victory, that's probably one way to do it to a Carlton supporter. But I rate the banter. Dayron is out with an ankle. Yeah. Which is a shame. It is a shame, but what can you do? Sometimes these things happen. It's just in the world of basketball, really. You know, it's not sport without injury. And yeah, it's not injury without agony. And that's what I'm sure he's feeling right now, given a really tough, or he's probably like worked his way like into a really tough role for the team. Wants to prove himself as a regular rotation piece, and for an injury like that to happen at probably the worst time of year where you probably have hit the ground running, yeah, it's not ideal. Harry Giles is holding his own, man. That was an incredibly difficult shot by Chris Wood, and Harry Giles like holding his ground as Wood was backing him down. Credit to him, because in that third quarter, Wood was getting his way. Lonnie Walker, the pull-up 2. Nice shot by Lonnie, and it's back down to 4. So as we started the third quarter, we start scoring the first couple of buckets of the fourth. Excellent backdoor cut by Hayes from the corner. From the corner, diverted his, well, positioning, and was the beneficiary. Armani Brooks. Giles for 3. Did a full around the world on the rim. And rimmed out. Wood. That has to be a travel, dude. What? Good defense by the Nets. Harry Giles, man in the middle. Doing a good job. Kick out. Good Scafino. Running out of time. 3. Got it. Who's that? Lewis. I don't know who that is. Probably a bit disrespectful, but I literally don't know who that is. Baisley into the paint. Extra feed. Was looking for Giles. And it was the right move. Wrong execution. And they will slow it up. Christie shoots over Baisley. It's a tough shot. Long rebound, Brooks. So this is like a full bench unit. This is going really deep into the bench. In terms of the kind of personnel we're running at the moment. Lonnie Walker, ball fake. Kick out to Watford. Long rebound by the Lakers after the miss. Lakers defense or offense capitalized on an unset Nets defense, and the lead is back up to double figures. So 117-106. There has been no answers for the Lakers offense the entirety of this game. That's remained consistent. That's been one of the constants of this game. Brooks. Oh, wow. Excellent looking jump shot by Armani Brooks. Used that Giles screen to perfection. With Scafino now. Christie on the catch. That's short. And the rebound by Watford, who will push the pace. Gets into the paint. And wasn't able to get the bounce. The Lakers fight amongst themselves for the rebound. Put Scafino into the paint. We've got a foul? No, we've got a timeout. There would have been a foul probably 0.3 seconds after the timeout was called. So we have got a timeout at the 8:17 mark of the quarter. If you are enjoying, you know what to do. Make sure to share your thoughts. Let me know how the stream has felt, the experience today. Because, you know, it's usually a little bit, well, it's either good or bad, isn't it? Really, it's really that black or white. So let me know what you're liking about the look, the general feel of the streams, the quality of the stream. Make sure to let me know. Obviously, if there's stuff I need to fix, then I will fix it for the start of the season. This is just as experimental for me as it is for the Nets in all their, you know, final dress rehearsals before the season. This is like my final dress rehearsal before the season. Where's Spence been? Spence has been on the bench like many of the other starters. The only non-starter the only starter to get minutes in this second half is Cam Thomas. It's primarily been all of the whatchamacallits. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's primarily been all of like the second unit, the third stringers, the rookies, those sorts of players. The two-way players also getting some action as well. Jalen Wilson and Armani Brooks are getting a look in now. So yeah, that's to be expected because, you know, usually, I mean, Jacques Vaughan was doing that in the regular season last year at a couple stages. There was the Philly game. In game 82, there was that Milwaukee Bucks game where, like, Mikal played the first quarter, and then it was the Cam Thomas, Drew Smith, and David Duke show. Really. I think even Day'Ron Sharp was playing that game as well. And that was a really enjoyable game because we looked gone with the first unit, and then the second unit and the third stringers come in, and they had this huge impact, fueled a comeback, and we were down by like 5 at the final buzzer. So it was a very valiant effort, that performance. So yeah. In case you've missed it also, Ben Simmons was pretty good in his first half back. He's not playing in the second half, like many others, as we just said. But he had 10 points, 3 dimes, 1 board, 1 steal. 4 of 6 from the field, and 2 of 4 from the line. It's not an awful stat line. I would not complain if that's the kind of output we get from him in the regular season, because we weren't even getting that in a full game of action, you know, last season. The few times he played as well. The Nets are still running this bench unit that they had before the break. It consists of Baisley, Watford, Giles, Walker, and Wilson. Actually, Armani Brooks has gone to the bench. 3 by Lonnie Walker is good. That is fluent. And it's back down to 5. This game, I mean, it shouldn't be this good offensively. Lewis, oh my God. How do you get a soft bounce from a 3-pointer? Usually it's an absolute brick. And he just got the soft bounce. as if it was like a layup or a floater. So the big talking point in this game has been the Lakers, who have scored 23 pointers. Bazley into the paint, stripped by the help defense. I don't know who that is, but he's a white guy. Well done by whoever that is. Oh, wow. So whoever this Laker is, Castleton. Good fight by him. Harry Giles was a little bit, it was almost like waiting for the Laker to rebound it. Watford to Bazley. Into the paint. Lost his dribble momentarily, then lost it for good. And the Lakers in transition again. Good Scafino. The drive. Creates the separation. And it's an offensive foul because of the push-off. So we are pushing the halfway point of this last quarter. It has been a great game. 120-112. We saw the stars in the first half. In the second half, we've seen the youngsters and the more fringe players equally have capability on the offensive side. So fair to say the defenses have not rocked up today. Right on cue, Bazley had a 15-foot wide open shot there. And now it's the Lakers after the Bazley miss. Lewis, drive down the middle. Well done by Walker, who got in the passing lane and then saved it as he was falling out of bounds. Clowney to Walker. Extra feed to Bazley. Drew two defenders. The three was well off. But Clowney with another board into the paint. And Watford missed the short push shot. But he's going to the free throw line as we've breached the 6-minute mark of the last quarter. We're at 5 minutes 59. I just combined 5 and 50. Watford at the line has not missed yet. Hopefully I did not contribute to the commentator's curse there. A really good game to watch, though, if you're in Vegas. You'd hope you're going to be treated. And sure enough, the commentator's curses come into action as Watford missed the second. So, 3-pointer by whoever that guy is. And Clowney gets a rebound and was struck on the face by whoever the Laker was that overcommitted. I feel like I'm saying that more and more as the stream goes on. I'm saying the Laker and that guy just a little bit too much. I probably should know the Laker roster before I watch the game. Clowney for 3! In rhythm. He could not buy a 3-pointer when he was playing Summer League, but he knocks down his first 3-point attempt. And now the mid-range by Castleton is off. The Nets now the other way. Bazley. What the fuck was that? And this is where, that's where Clowney is giving me the shits a little bit. As well as that voice crack that just happened. Put Scafino into the paint. The kick out to the corner. 3 is off. And the rebound by... It'll be the Nets ball. Clowney has done well on the glass, though. He's been all right. He's held his own. Good boxing out. He's fought for it. He's got a vital hand on it sometimes. Watford. Pass to Clowney. Hand off to Walker. Top of the key. The step back 3 is off. The rebound by Watford. And then he didn't even realize that a Laker had snuck up on him. And the windmill jam by Lewis. That was pretty saucy. That was pretty smooth, I will say. So Walker leaves it for Watford, who did commit the last turnover, and he commits another turnover. Oh, and then the Lakers with a little bit of a rash pass. The Nets get it back. Walker into the paint. Got it for 2. Created the separation, falling to the floor, off the window. I've just hit the mic. So 4 minutes to play. The amount of minutes is the margin we're dealing with here. And another foul by Clowney. I don't know how many fouls this guy has. Jesus Christ. I need to do a stat check. Because it's getting a little bit absurd at the moment. Clowney currently has 3 personals. I find that hard to believe. Feels like he's picked up his 5th already. So Castleton at the line. And the first free throw does not get the bounce. So 122-118. It looks like we're just running the bench down the stretch here. So it looks like Cam Thomas minutes are well and truly done for this evening. To go with the other 4 starters that he was with today. 123-118 the scores. We enter the final 4 minutes. Watford, Clowney, Walker, Wilson, Baisley the 5. Walker for 3. That is off. And the rebound by the Lakers, a strong rebound, by the way. So it is Hood Scafino slowing things down, and then they just nearly passed it out of play. Castleton had no idea the pass was meant for him. The 3 is off. Good pursuit on the glass by the Lakers. They missed it again, and then the 3rd time lucky, they score and get the lead back up to 7. Baisley down the middle, got the bounce. That was a very good move, a strong take to the cup. So, 2-possession game, 3 minutes to play. Hood Scafino will give it to Castleton. And they're going to shoot a 3. What the hell is the defense doing? Clowney with the board, though. After the Lakers miss, Walker got it for 2. Falling away to the left. And we're now inside 3 minutes. And we're now dealing with a 1-possession game. Castleton, the handoff. Pull up 2. That is an incredibly rash shot. So rash that it was an air ball. The Nets can tie or cut it to 1. Baisley, the Euro. The push shot is good. Woo! So we're leaving the run late. 125-124. It's only preseason, but it is getting me excited. If we can get a win, that'd be pretty nice. Walker nearly with the steal. Instead, oh my god, fucking hell, what was that? That was an absolute mess of a possession. They've got 2.8 seconds to shoot. So yeah, basically to do a little recap, Lonnie Walker nearly got the steal for the Nets. Instead, he didn't, and that left a 5-on-4 for the Lakers, in their advantage. Then they kicked it out to a bloke who shot a 3, airballed it, and then it ricocheted off Nets as they were trying to fight for the rebound. So it's going to be Lakers side out on the baseline. And we're dealing with a 1-possession game with just about 2 minutes to play in this contest. So pretty exciting stuff. I need to add the milliseconds because that's handy for late game situations. Let's just do a quick look at the box score. You can see Cam Thomas is the clear number 1 scorer, and that's on the back of a 17-point third quarter. As far as the bench is concerned, we've got 12 from Walker, who's been much better in this last quarter after barely getting a sniff of the action in the first 3. And Trendon Watford has been really good. Only the 2 makes from the field, but he's been to the line 7 times. That is the most of any net in this game. And you can see the shooting splits are pretty good. Not too bad, not too shabby. The Lakers, they've had a pretty even distribution of scoring as well. The vast majority of their 10 or more point scorers. That all happened in the first half, pretty much. You can see they have hit 23s and attempted 53. That is absurd. To hit 38% of 53 shots is pretty nuts. The reason it's so close, even despite the Lakers hitting 23s, is probably because the amount of shots the Lakers have had, 10 more, and also because of, well, the threes. That's why they are this close. The Nets, well, they've got a clear higher number of free throws. The turnover number, we've actually got more. The rebounds, pretty even. I actually am clueless. It's probably just the free throws. We've had 25 makes to 15. That's probably it. So 125, 124, 2 minutes to play. You can also see the Ben Simmons stat line right there. Very briefly, you can't anymore. We will be back for Nets. Well, potentially Nets. Nets versus the UAE team they're playing. And then, oh, that's a 5-second call. Well done. Well done. The Lakers couldn't make their mind up and we can take the lead. We'll be back for Nets Sixers next week, as you can see. But there's also another game in between, which I didn't know about. Let's see who gets the shot here. Oh, wow. That is a bit risky. Ball deflected out of play. Baisley was looking for Watford on the wing. This Nets group is very, like, tight-knit, I feel. Very much like the 2018-19 season. Walker into the paint. The scoop. Got it! Woohoo! Yes, sir! The lead is ours to lose. That's our first lead since the scoreline at the quarter-time break. Hood Scafino, the spin into the paint. The push shot is short. The rebound, Baisley. We push the pace. It's a 4-on-2. Wilson. Oh my God, it got nabbed. And now the Lakers have an easy dunk in transition. From the Nets having the upper hand to the Lakers literally stealing it out of our grasp. And now the Nets have got to get a bucket to get the lead back. That is a charge. And that was a huge play by, I don't know who that is. Literally, his surname is Fudge. Oh my God. It was a smart pass by Watford, but he couldn't... Watford. But he couldn't stop his run in time while dishing it off to Baisley. And now the Lakers... Can I sit here? No. Offensive board, 2. So it's up to a 3-point margin. And we've had numerous instances to put the game to bed. Walker... Oh my God. How did the layup rim out? Dude. Walker literally, that was a wide open layup. And I think he just went way too fast and wasn't soft enough with the finish. And now the Lakers can make it a 2-possession game. They've got 4 to shoot. Hood Scafino, top of the key. That is an air ball. So... we've got 15.1 seconds to get a 3. We could go with a 2 as well. I don't know how many timeouts both teams have, but Armani Brooks is in the game. So it looks like they may be looking to feed it to the sniper here. Armani Sniper Brooks. I don't know who went to the bench. Watford is going to be the distributor, it seems, because Walker is going to inbound it to him now. They've added an extra second onto the clock. Here we go. Watford 1-on-1 with Hood Scafino. They look for Brooks. Deep 3. Oh, it's off. And that's going to do it. 4 seconds, and Clowney does not foul. Watford actually stole it, but that's going to be the game. And a very entertaining performance. It ends 129-126. That wasn't an awful shot. It was a top of the key 3. Voice crack. My God, that was disgusting. A top of the key 3. That was, well, it didn't get the bounce. And when you think about, like, there was a shot earlier in the 4th where the Lakers got a lucky bounce on a 3-pointer. That was literally the difference. But that is the game right there. 129-126. First preseason match of the season. Pretty good shit, to be honest. I mean, we saw quite a few different things in this game. You can see, like, I mean, offensively, it wasn't an awful performance, to be quite honest. You can see the stats there for you, for your needs. Armani Brooks was 2 of 4 before that 3-point attempt. So probably a good option to give the ball to. Trendon Watford was pretty good in that last quarter. It was really those, like, 5 or 6 names that are last on the team sheet that were the ones getting the run. And obviously the 2 coaches' decisions were due to injuries. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. Cam Thomas had a 17-point third quarter. That's probably the only reason we're actually in this game. Ben Simmons, pretty good. 10 points and 3 dimes in 14 minutes of action. I'd say that's a pretty good output. That's a much better output than what we were getting from him in a longer amount of time last season, especially on the scoring front. Already 4 free throws and 6 shots in 14 minutes. I take that. And Dinwiddie with 4 threes in the first half. The larger part of those were due to us not having any continuity with an offensive possession, and Dinwiddie would just throw one up. Overall, though, a pretty good game. The Lakers got a fair bit of offensive output from their starting unit. Taurean Prince was pretty good for them. So was D'Lo and Reeves. Those 3 combined for 11 3-pointers. That was half of their total. When it comes to 3-pointers, whoever M. Lewis is that? I don't know what his name is. Max Lewis? I don't know. Had a very good last quarter. Played. Honestly, I wouldn't have noticed him in the third quarter, but he got 10 points. I'd say the large portion of those were in the back end of the game. And overall, like, they got the job done. It doesn't really mean much. And there's the shooting splits, 23 pointers. That's what got him over the line in the end. And it was a pretty turnover heavy game. Fair bit of transition opportunities. The Lakers just had more shots than us. Rebounds, 48-44. So it wasn't really down to that. It was probably more the turnovers, which was leading to a fair few shots. We made 5 less 3-pointers. But I believe we probably shot it at a better rate. So yeah, overall a pretty good game. I'm pretty content with that performance, to be honest. Let me know in the chat what you thought of the game. Amy says good shit. Because yeah, I would say that there was some good fight in this team. There's a couple optimistic performances. Noah Clowney he's actually got the highest, or nearly the highest, plus minus on the bench. He had 5 points. He had 4 offensive boards to total 8 rebounds. So even though there were quite a few extra misses in that second half, especially the last quarter, I mean, the Lakers had scored 34 more in 3 quarters, then scored 19 in the last. So there were more rebounds on offer, but Noah Clowney was pretty good boxing out and that sort of stuff on both sides of the ball. Very good anticipating where the ball was gonna land off the miss, but his offensive stuff needs a lot of ironing out. That being said, he made 2 of his 2 shots. It was just more like the communication and the cohesiveness with the other players around him, which was lacking. And that also led to the 2 turnovers, the 4 personal fouls as well. So yeah, let me know what you're thinking. I mean, looking at this box score, what are you saying? We will wrap it up in a couple of minutes. If you are leaving now, make sure to drop a like on it. We will be back next week, and we also potentially will be streaming later this week for the Nets game against an international opponent. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm interested to see what people are saying on Twitter, especially surrounding like voice crack. Yeah, a lot of people identifying Ben Simmons. Just like having a complete change in mindset. Anyone who is watching this and doesn't see that Ben is back is just hating shamelessly. I would agree. Very athletic. That is, it is optimistic. I feel optimism watching Ben. From what I saw today. Yeah. So, yeah. I think that's going to do it from me, honestly. There's, not much else for me to say. Obviously, we'll go a little bit more in depth with the post games, in the regular season, but it's been good to be back. Just get me, you know, a bit more warmed up doing the commentary side of things again, because I'm a bit rusty, because obviously I haven't done it for quite some time. But I felt pretty good. And obviously it was good to see quite a few of you in chat from last season carrying over the momentum. So, granted, the momentum sort of dwindled at the back end of last season, but it was good to be back. I'm sure that we'll pick things up as the season wears on. But no, it was good to be back. It's just good to have Nets basketball back in general. And I think the idea of us having no drama attached with our roster, guys that are willing to play together, maximize the strengths of each player, just really like, these guys have no egos, and these players have chips on their shoulders. It is literally the same vibes as I would feel in a 2018 game, a 2019 game, a 2017 game. And that was, you know, admittedly, the most enjoyable time to be a Nets fan, because once KD, Harden, Kyrie came around, drama was attached, higher expectations were attached. When shit hit the fan, it was not enjoyable. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, it was like having a pest constantly, you know, just hampering you. So it's good to be back. But we're going to end it here. So thank you for tuning in, everyone. We will see you for the next Nets game, whenever that is. Hate that Vaughn pulled Thomas so early. Said we don't win when he scores 40, but seems to not give him the best opportunity to succeed. I wouldn't really feed too much into it today, because if he didn't rate him, he wouldn't have started him. And that's obviously speaking volumes about what he's doing in training camp, what strides he's taken potentially on the defensive side, how the team fits a little bit better to cater to Cam Thomas. Like, Cam Thomas can focus more exclusively on offense because everyone around him is more defensively minded. And you can sort of cover up for Cam Thomas's deficiencies and shortcomings as a defender. So I think it's just a better situation for him. There's no Kyrie and KD in the way to obstruct him as well. So I think there's more opportunity for Cam Thomas to, you know, assume more responsibility. So I think that's probably the key. But that's going to do it. Thank you, everyone, We will see you for the next Nets game. But until then, bye for now and stay safe. See ya.